Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends movie Wolverine action figure. This was an Amazon.com exclusive. I pre-ordered this thing a long time ago and noticed it's been sold out since then. This would not be Wolverine from X-Men 1, 2, or 3 as he had metal claws in those films, although you could use him as that as well. I'm going to assume this is Wolverine from X-Men Origins, as he's got both the bone claws and the metal claws, but it gives you a lot of options to use him for many different scenarios. So let's go and check out the packaging here. As you can see, Marvel Legends, ages 14 plus, X-Men, Wolverine by Hasbro. This is one of their new movie figures, and they're going to continue with the movie line, which I think is great. Looks like he's got two different heads. Then he's got two alternate pairs of hands, one with bone claws, one with metal claws, and it looks like he's got some dog tags that are going to be removable there. One side, Wolverine with his claws out. Other side, pretty much the exact same thing. On the bottom, there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody, as well as a bunch of credits. Not much going on at the top there. At the back, Wolverine posed up again. So I'm really hoping these claws are removable from the hand. I'm a Marvel fan, but not much of a Marvel collector. It'd be pretty bad if I opened that can of worms. But I do get all the Marvel Legends figures that are in regular civilian attire, and this guy definitely matches that bill. He would be a great background character in the corner of a bar, maybe getting a fight, all kind of different uses. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. Like I said before, he does come with one alternate pair of hands, totaling 4 interchangeable hands. One pair with bone claws, one pair with metal claws. He also has 2 alternate heads. One a little bit more angry and growling, one a little bit more standard. But before I look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figure. So here he is, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Must say, the likeness is excellent. From the eyes, to the beard, to the hair, it just looks just like him. Dog tags look pretty cool too. Got the wife beater on. Ton of articulation. I can see butterfly joints, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. I like the jeans, they look pretty cool. Wife beater, belt with a belt buckle. The detail's really nice in this guy. And I will say, look at the bone claws. The detail is fantastic on those. And then here he is, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. I love the fact that the claws can come out of the hands, giving you 2 display options, either claws in or claws out. The old school Marvel Legends figures would simply have removable hands, but this is a really cool way to handle that. Now let's look at his accessories, and let's start off with his hands. So looking at his hands, he's got 2 pairs of right hands and 2 pairs of left hands. One thing kind of interesting, they are all the same. They're all fists and they're all identical. I found that interesting because the claws, bone, and metal are interchangeable. You could put them into either hand, so they definitely could have given you a pair of gripping hands to even the things out. They do have little notches on the hand where the claws go into, but it's only noticeable from a certain angle. Here he is with his regular fists, no claws out at all. Here he is with his bone claws attached. Now, at first glance, I thought his claws were all the same size, but the middle one is a little bit longer. Just make sure you put that one in the center and you'll be good to go. Detail is very nice. They're not fully straight. They're kind of yellowed. I think they pulled this off excellently. The fact that his middle claw is a little bit longer than the other ones, sure just really makes me want to do something like this. To make the X-Men logo. Yeah, that's it. Not to make any kind of obscene gesture or anything. And here he is with his metal claws attached. All 3 of these are the same length, so you don't have to worry about getting any of them right. This just screams Wolverine from the 20th Century Fox movies. Looks absolutely fantastic there. Now let's look at his heads. He has two of them. The one on the left has a normal looking expression. The one on the right, he's angry, almost growling or gritting his teeth. Here he is with his first head attached. The Hugh Jackman likeness is just fantastic. And here he is with his second head attached, looking super angry or pissed off. Perhaps Sabretooth killed his wife. Perhaps he killed Jean Grey. There's been a lot of tragedy throughout Logan's life. And here are his dog tags. Made of a soft material. They're bendy. You can see the chain links in the background and the two dog tags hanging in the front. You can't actually make out what it says. Presumably it says the Wolverine. Pretty cool accessory. Here he is without the dog tags. And here he is wearing the dog tags. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to top, he's sitting at about 6.5 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 16.5 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, can rotate from side to side, can look up and down about that far. It's on a ball joint. Shoulders go out about 90 degrees. They're also on a ball joint, up, down, around, all that good stuff. There is a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area. And I must say, I think it looks a little rough. Part of the top kind of sticking out makes it look bad. But it does give you a ton of articulation and big range of motion for Logan here. Something very important to him, especially when swinging his claws. He's got a bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. His wrist can rotate and it's hinged as well. He's got a traditional ab crunch here. It goes in and out quite a bit. Waist swivel below that. Legs on ball joints. They go about that far. Forward about that far. And back really not at all. He's got a thigh cut below that. Double jointed knees below that. His foot here can go up and down a little bit. Can rotate around and tilt and rock a little bit as well. Here's Wolverine in mid-air, being held up with his flight stand, using his angry face and his claws out, like he's about to get revenge on somebody. This actually comes out really nicely, if you ask me. Here's Wolverine taking on this really old movie Sabretooth figure that I have from the first X-Men film. Now let's check him out, compared with some other action figures. Starting off with some other Marvel figures. Here he is next to a pretty old Wolverine figure from the first X-Men film. This one came with a motorcycle. But boy, was the likeness horrible back then. And just look at that awful neck. This is a fantastic Logan figure. Here's this Wolverine riding on that older crappy Wolverine's motorcycle from the first X-Men film. This bike's maybe just a hair too short for him, but it looks pretty good nonetheless. Here are a bunch of different Wolverine figures in front of you. This is from the first X-Men film, old basic figure. Here's a Toy Biz Old Man Logan figure. Hasbro X-Men film Wolverine. Hasbro Old Man Logan from the comics. And then Hasbro Logan from the comics. Logan is traditionally a pretty short character. You can see how short most of these figures are. I'm happy this guy's a little bit taller. Now let's check him out, compared with some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he'll fit in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. And here he is with some SH Figure Arts action figures. Then here he is next to some more Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is next to some Mafex figures. Then here he is next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then Next is some Mattel wrestling figures. And boy, his outfit very similar to this guy's. And with some NECA figures. Then, next is some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is with some McFarlane toys. And finally, here he is with some DST or Diamond Select toys. So overall, this guy is great. Surpassed my expectations. I was getting him for just some unique purposes of using him as a background character, maybe a guy at a bar wearing some jeans and a wife beater. But this guy is excellent. He looks just like Hugh Jackman. The hair, the face, the beard, everything looks great. Really the only things I don't like about this figure, the butterfly joint area looks a little weird, mainly because that area on top where the shoulder is just looks very odd. And I really think he should have came with a pair of gripping hands and a pair of fisted hands. Beyond that, his paint job, his sculpt, and his articulation are excellent, better than your average Marvel Legends. If I were to rate this guy, I would give him a very solid 7.5 out of 10. This guy comes highly recommended by me. If you want a Hugh Jackman figure in sort of regular outfit, this is the one to get. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.